Hi students, good evening. And students, as you know, in last class we have been doing the stoichiometry concept and I have explained you the mole concept. Now we have done some problems in order to understand the mole concept. Now we will continue to do some more problems on mole concept so that your clarity on mole concept just increases. I already told you mole is nothing but the equal to Avogadro number of particles, and mole is nothing but the 6.023 into 10 power 23 particles. In case of atoms, 1 mole is equals to gram atomic weight. What do you mean by gram atomic weight? Gram atomic weight is the mass of 1 mole of atoms expressed in grams. The mass of 1 mole of atoms expressed in grams is known as the gram atomic weight. Therefore, gram atomic weight of any substance will contain the 1 gram mole of atoms. 1 gram mole means 1 mole of the atoms. What do you mean by gram molecular weight? The mass of 1 mole of molecules expressed in grams is known as the gram molecular weight. So, the mass of 1 mole of molecules expressed in grams is known as the gram molecular weight, and gram molecular weight of any substance will contain the 1 mole of the molecules. Therefore, gram molecular weight is also equals to 1 mole. Gram atomic weight is also equals to 1 mole. 1 mole equals to 12 grams of carbon and 1 mole at STB conditions is equal to 22.4 liters. 1 mole of any gas will occupy 22.4 liters of volume at STP conditions. Okay, right. So, by keeping those points in the mind, just we will continue to do the problem, students. One mole of N2H4 is completely oxidized into 0.4 mole of N3H and some NH3 without loss of nitrogen. What is the mass of HNO3 obtained? N2H4 is oxidized. Actually, it is too early to do this problem. You need to know the concepts of the oxidation and the reduction. First, we will do the simple problems. We will come back to this. Okay, students, very high level problems are given here. Anyhow, we will try to solve it. In order to solve these questions, this is little bit higher level. I mean, oxidation and reduction concepts you need to know to do this particular problem. Actually, we will start this problem, and after the completion of the oxidation reduction properties, then we will come back to that. A mixture of x grams of glucose and 3 for 34.2 grams of cane sugar contains the 3N0 carbon atoms. What is the value of x? Right. 340 cane sugar means C12. Students, these are a little bit very high level problems, so carefully listen. Cane sugar means C12 H22 H22 O11. C12 H22 O11 is the cane sugar, and cane sugar molecular weight is 342 grams. If you calculate the individually, the sum of all the atomic weights of all the 12 carbons, 22 hydrogens and 11 oxygen, the molecular weight will be 342 grams. And 342 grams of the cane sugar will contain how many carbon atoms? 12 moles of carbon atoms, means 342 grams of cane sugar contains 12 moles of 12 into Avogadro number of carbon atoms. This is the fact. If you see this, cane sugar, the molecular weight of cane sugar is 342 grams, and 342 grams of this cane sugar contains the 12 carbon atoms. So, one molecule contains the 12 carbon atoms. 342 grams is equals to 1 mole of cane sugar, because 342 grams is the gram molecular weight. Gram molecular weight of any substance will contain the 1 mole of molecules. So, 342 grams means 1 mole of glucose molecules. When one molecule contains the 12 carbon atoms, 1 mole of glucose molecules will contain the 12 moles of carbon atoms, and 12 into Na of carbon atoms, Avogadro number of carbon atoms. Now, 34.2 grams contains how much? 34.2 grams contains how much? I am writing here. (342 grams is equal to 12 Na of carbon atom. Then 34.2 grams is equal to how much? And that is equal to 1.2 Na. Right? Now students, 34.2 grams of the cane sugar contains the 1.2 moles of carbon atoms. But in the problem, what is given? It contains total, the glucose and cane sugar together contains the 3 moles of the carbon atoms. But out of mixture of glucose and cane sugar, the cane sugar alone contains the 1.2 moles of carbon atoms. Then glucose contains how many carbon atoms? 1.8 moles of carbon atoms. So, if you write, students, I hope you understand, the glucose, I am writing here, glucose plus cane sugar contains 3 moles of carbon atoms, C atoms, let us say, and cane sugar contains how many? 1.2. So, 1.2 Avogadro number is equal to 0 is nothing but the Avogadro number only. Instead of 0, if you want A I am written, indicates Avogadro number. 3 Na is equal, both together contains the 3 Na of carbon atoms. Therefore, glucose contains how much, students? 3 Na minus 1.2 Na, which is equal to 1.8 Na. These many moles of carbon atoms are present in the glucose. Now, if you take the molecular formula of the glucose molecular formula is C6H12O6. 8 grams contain 180 grams. This is 180 grams. 180 grams contains how many moles of carbon atoms? 6 moles of carbon atoms. 6 into N0. Now I am writing reverse. 6 N0 moles of carbon atoms are present in the 180 grams of glucose. Then 1.8 will be present in how many grams? How do you do? So 180 into 1.8 N0 by 6 N0. 6 N0, 1 N0 will cancel, that is 0.3 N0. I mean 0.N0 cancel, this is 0.3. And this is 180 into 0.3, 18 into 3, 54 grams. If you do this, you will get the 54 grams. That is the answer. (342 grams of cane sugar contains the 12 moles of carbon atoms. This is the basic. I am writing here separately, don't worry. See here, 342 grams of C12H22O11 is the cane sugar, contains the 12 Avogadro of carbon atoms. Like this, according to this. Therefore, 342 gram contains 12 moles of the carbon atoms. 34.2 grams contains how much? 1.2 moles of carbon atoms. So, 34.2 grams of cane sugar contains the 1.2 moles of carbon atoms. And in the problem it is given number of carbon atoms in glucose plus number of carbon atom cane sugar is equal to 3 moles of carbon atom. And cane sugar we have found that is 1.2. So, glucose number of carbon atoms in glucose plus 1.2 moles of carbon atoms in cane sugar is equal to 3 moles of carbon atoms. Therefore, glucose is equal to 3 Na minus 1.2 Na, that is 1.Na. So, the number of carbon atoms present in the glucose is 1.Na. So, 6 into N0 contains 180 grams, 1.N0 contains how many grams? That is 54 grams. This is how this problem should be done. These are little bit high level problems, but being IIT, you are preparing for IIT, you need to be prepared for this kind of problems, okay? Write down very carefully. And after knowing that, glucose molecular formula is, glucose molecular weight is 180 grams. 180 grams contains the 6 moles of carbon atoms. That means 6 moles of carbon atom is present in 180 grams of glucose. Therefore, 1.8 moles of carbon atoms is present in how many grams? This into this divided by this, if you do this, you will get the 54 grams. Like this. Very interesting problem and very simple problem, not so hard. You start from here, students. 342 grams of cane sugar contains the 12 moles of carbon atoms. So, 342 grams contains 12 moles of carbon atoms. 34.2 grams contains how much? 1.2 moles of carbon atoms. Total in glucose and cane sugar is 3 moles. The cane sugar alone contains 1.2 moles. Therefore, glucose contains how much? 1.8. So, according to molecular formula, 6 moles of carbon atoms are present in 180 grams of glucose. Therefore, 1.8 moles of carbon atoms are present in how many grams? That is equal to 54 grams. How many grams of ozone contain the same number of atoms present in 10 grams of oxygen? Yeah, this is a very perfect stoichiometry question. How many grams of ozone contains the same number of atoms present in 10 grams of oxygen? Yeah, students, 32 grams of oxygen, 32 grams of oxygen contains, one molecule contains 2 oxygen atoms. So, 1 mole of oxygen atom is equals to 32 grams. 32 grams will contain the 2 moles of oxygen atoms. Now, 10 grams present in how many? 10 grams of oxygen therefore contains how many oxygen atom? If you do this calculation, this becomes 2 Na into 10 by 32. And if you on cancellation, this becomes the 16 time and this becomes the point 6 and 25, 0.625, and this is equals to, value is equal to 0.625 Na. This many oxygen atoms are present in 12 grams of oxygen. 0.625 moles of oxygen atoms will be present in 10 grams of oxygen. Now we have to go for the ozone now. So how many grams of ozone now, let us see, contains the same number of. So now let us see the mass of ozone that contains the 0.625 moles of oxygen atom. We know that ozone is 48 grams. We know that 3Na, ozone is O3. One ozone molecule contains 3 oxygen atoms. So 3Na is present in 1 mole of ozone is equal to its molecular weight, that is 48 grams. 48 grams of ozone. 3 moles of oxygen are present in 48 grams of, if you want, you can write 3 moles of oxygen if you have confusion. Three Na of oxygen atoms are present in 48 grams of ozone. Now, how many moles? 0.625. So 0.625 Na of oxygen, 0.625 Na is present in how many grams? Now you have to do the calculation here. The calculation is 48 into 0.625 Na by 3 Na. 3 Na. You do this, students, you will get the answer. You solve that. How much you get, students? 48 into 0.625 will be equals to 30 Na by 3 Na. 3 Na. Na cancel, this is 10 times. Answer would be 10 grams, like this. So the mass is 10 grams. Right, this is how this problem is done. First we have found the mass of oxygen, number of oxygen atoms present in the 10 grams of oxygen, that is 0.625 moles. Now 3 moles of oxygen is present in 48 grams of oxygen. 0.625 moles will be present in how many grams? If you do this calculation, 10 grams. Yeah, 19 point, this is also very important problem. 19.6 grams of Na2CO3 H2O on strong heating produced 10.6 grams of residue due to the complete dehydration. Find the value of X. Yeah, Na2CO3, Na2CO3, Na2CO3 XH2O, XH2O. It is on complete heating, forms the Na2CO3, Na2CO3 plus XH2O, XH2O. Sodium carbonate mass is 106 grams, 106 grams. And students, here the mass is sodium carbonate is 106 and each water molecule is 18 grams and we don't know how many molecules are there. So, therefore, x into 18, 18x, 18x. So, 106 plus 18x, one not 6 plus 18x is given by 106 grams. So, 10 0 grams are given by how many? Contains is given by how many? How much? How do you do this problem? Do the calculation. So, 106 grams of Na2CO3 is released from 106 plus 18x of Na2CO3 XH2O. Then 10.6 grams of Na2CO3 is given by how much? So, that is equals to, if you do the calculation, 106 plus 18x into 10.6 by 106, and this is on cancellation becomes 10. So, here mass of Na2CO3 XH2O is equal and this is the mass. One not 6 plus 18x by 10. Yeah, students, this is Na2CO3 XH2O. One second, students. Yeah, sorry. And this value is equals to how much? 19.6 grams of Na2CO3. So, therefore, mass of Na2CO3 XH2O is equal to 106 plus 18x by 10. I am writing here. So, therefore, students, 19.6 is equal to 106 plus 18x by 10, and that is equal to 10 is brought this side, students. This becomes 196 is equal to 106 plus 18x, and if it is so 196 minus 106 is equal to 18x, and this is 90 is equal to 18x. Therefore, x is equal to 90 by 18 is equal to 5. So, the answer is 5, students, and this is how we obtained. This is the clear solution. One second, again I will solve this problem. One second in. Yeah, students, Na2CO3 XH2O on heating forms the Na2CO3 plus XH2O. Okay, see this one I am writing here. Na2CO3 molecular weight is 106 plus each water molecule mass is 18 grams. X moles means X into 18, that is 18X. 18X is giving 106 grams. And therefore 10.6 grams is given by how much? And that is equals to, if you do this problem, and that is 106 plus 18x into 10.6 by 106 is equal to, that is equals to 19.6. And if you do this, this is 10 times and 10 goes this side, then it becomes 106 plus 18x is equal to 196, because 10 is going here, 19.6 into 10, 196. So 18x is equal to 196 minus 106, this is equal to 90. 18x is equal to 90, x is equal to, on cancellation, this is 5. 5 is the answer. Very easy problem, students, but it is most frequently asked type in the mole concepts. And the very simple method of doing this problem is, this is the proper method we have done, and there is another very simple method. If you consider, this problem can be done in simply 2 steps. Let us say I am rubbing this. This is the proper method and a normal method, because we are at the initial level. I explained you this method. The other method is very simple. I am explaining this one. Na2CO3XH2O gives Na2CO3 plus XH2O. Okay. And this molecular mass is 106. And what is the mass we obtained? 10.6. 10.6 is given by how many grams? 19.6 grams. 10.6 grams of Na2CO3 is given by 19.6. Therefore, 10 grams is given by 196 grams. Out of this 196 grams of Na2CO3, XH2O mass is 196 grams directly, and this is 106. So 106 plus 18x is equal to 196, 18x is equal to 90, x is equal to 5. This is the other method. And this is the more very simple method. 10.6 grams are given by 19.6 grams. Therefore, 106 grams must be given by 196 grams. So, out of 196 grams, 106 is the molecular weight of Na2CO3. Remaining mass is because of the water. What is the remaining mass? 90 grams. XH2O mass is equal to 90 grams. X into 18 is equal to 90. Therefore, X is equal to 5. Like this. Next problem, fifth problem. 1 mole of O2 and O3 are present in a mixture. The oxygen is completely used to obtain SO2. How many grams of sulfur is consumed? 1 mole of O2 and O3 are present in a mixture. The oxygen is completely used to obtain SO2. How many grams of sulfur is consumed? Right. Students, the very simple reaction is sulfur by burning in the presence of oxygen will form the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide. So, students, 1 mole of each of O2 and O3 are present in a mixture. We have a mixture that contains the 1 mole of, I am writing here, 1 mole of O2 and 1 mole of O3. O3, we have that. This is a mixture. And this mixture, what he is saying, the oxygen is completely used to obtain the SO2. Oxygen completely utilized. So, S plus O2 gives SO2, sulfur dioxide, 32 grams of 1 mole of oxygen means 32 grams. 32 grams. And sulfur is also 32 grams. 32 grams will give the SO2. Now, ozone is highly unstable. One mole of ozone on decomposition will give the 3/2 moles of oxygen. Ozone is highly unstable, will become the 3/2 moles of oxygen. So, this is 3/2 moles of oxygen and here we have 1 mole here. So, this is total how many moles? 5/2 moles of oxygen means 2.5. 1 O3 is equal to 3/2 moles of oxygen. Already here we have 1 mole of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen. So, total moles of oxygen is equal to 5/2 moles of oxygen. 5/2 moles of oxygen. Now, according to stoichiometry, 32 grams of sulfur combines with the 32 grams of oxygen to form the sulfur dioxide. Now, students, 5/2 moles means 1 mole is equal to 32 grams. 5/2 moles equals to 5/2 into 32, sorry, 5/2 into 32. If 1 mole contains 32 grams, 5/2 moles of oxygen contains how much means that is 5/2 into 32, which is equal to 80 grams. So, the mass of oxygen is 80 grams. When 32 grams of oxygen combines with the 32 grams of sulfur, 80 grams of oxygen will combine with the 80 grams of sulfur only. So, therefore, the answer is 80. And this is very, very intelligent question, and you need to understand the ozone, we have a mixture of 1 mole of ozone and 1 mole of oxygen, but ozone is highly unstable. So, it decomposes to give like this. O3 decomposes to give O2 plus nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen is nothing but the half mole of oxygen. So, 1 mole of oxygen plus half mole of oxygen, it is 3/2 moles of oxygen. So, 1 mole of ozone is converted into 3/2 moles of oxygen. Already we have 1 mole of oxygen, total how much? 5/2 moles of oxygen. Now, this is the stoichiometric equation. A balanced chemical equation is known as the stoichiometric equation. As per the stoichiometric equation, 32 grams of sulfur, which is the atomic weight of sulfur, will combine with the 32 grams of oxygen to form the 64 grams of SO2. So, therefore, 32 grams of oxygen is combining with the 32 grams of sulfur. 80 grams of oxygen will combine with how many grams? 80 grams only. That is the reason why answer is 80 grams. So, 1 mole of oxygen, 1 mole of O3 is equal to 3/2 moles of oxygen. So, 3/2 moles of oxygen plus 1 mole of oxygen, total 5 moles of oxygen. What is the mass of 5/2 moles of oxygen? 80 grams. So, take here. So, 32 grams of oxygen combines with the 32 grams of sulfur, 80 grams of oxygen will combine with the 80 grams of sulfur. So the mass of the sulfur that is consumed is 80 grams. Very interesting question. And students, if you do not know this, ozone is decomposed to give the oxygen. Generally people will think that only this is oxygen. It is 1 mole of oxygen means 32 grams. So sulfur will consumed will also be 32 grams. Therefore one may think that answer is 32, but answer is 80 grams, and this is the solution. Write down. This is the very intelligent question, students. Once again, we were given 1 mole of oxygen and 1 mole of O3, but ozone is highly unstable, decomposes to give 1 mole of oxygen plus half mole of the oxygen atoms. Total 1 mole of ozone gives the 3 moles of oxygen, 3/2 moles of oxygen, and we have 3/2 moles of oxygen obtained from the ozone, and also we have the 1 mole of oxygen. Total is equal to 5/2 moles of oxygen. 1 mole of oxygen mass is 32 grams, therefore 5/2 moles of oxygen mass is 5/2 into 32, which is equal to 80 grams. So as per the now coming back to stoichiometric equation, 32 grams of oxygen combines with the 32 grams of sulfur, 80 grams will combine with the 80 grams, like this. Yeah, this is, you need to know the ideometry method. Once we complete the ideometry method, we will solve this kind of problems. And here I need to explain the limiting reagent. There are some advanced level problem, and yeah, this will do. Yeah, and those problems certainly will do, students, but after explanation of the percentage composition and calculation of the, after the concept of the percentage composition, we will certainly go for that problems. And by mistaken, those problems are also mixed here. It is too early to explain those problems. Now we will stick down to the only stoichiometry related problems. In next class, I will explain you the percentage composition, then certainly we will do that problems. Okay, right. An enzyme contains 4% of sulfur and 4% magnesium by mass. Yeah, and this is very interesting question, students. 4% of the sulfur, that means 4 grams of sulfur, 4 grams of sulfur is present in 100 grams. 100 grams. Therefore, minimum molecular, there must be at least one sulfur. Minimum molecular weight is asking, that means sulfur is present. So at least one sulfur will be there, no? As he is saying the 4% of sulfur, 4% of magnesium means there will be at least one sulfur atom and there will be at least one magnesium atom. Now let us solve with respect to sulfur. 4 grams is present in 100 grams, 32 grams present in the atomic mass of sulfur is 32 grams. In how many grams? So 32 double 0 by 4. and this is 800 grams with respect to sulfur. Four grams of the magnesium is present in 100 grams of the compound. So, what is the atomic mass of magnesium? 24 grams. 24 grams of magnesium would be present in 2400 by 4. 600. An enzyme contains 4% of sulfur and 4% of magnesium by mass. What is the minimum possible molecular weight of the enzyme? 4% molecular weight of magnesium contains, yeah. Just have a look on the problem, student. 1 second. Let us solve. This contains the 4 grams of sulfur, 4 grams of sulfur and 4 grams of magnesium. 4 grams of magnesium is present in 100 grams of the enzyme. 100 grams of enzyme. 100 grams of enzyme. Now, 32 grams of sulfur, 32 grams of sulfur plus and 24 grams of magnesium. 24 grams of magnesium is present in how much? And this is equals to, you can do that, 32 plus 24 equal to 56. 100 into 56 by, and this is 8. 7. It is equals to 700 only. We are getting only 700. Four grams of magnesium. 24. I think answer is something is problem with the problem, students. I don't think it is correctly typed. Data is correctly given. Anyhow, we'll see the next problem. One cube. See, density of the ice is 0.9 grams per cc. How many hydrogen atoms are present in ice cube? With the side length of 1 meter. This is, let us say, this is the ice cube. This is the ice cube and length is L. And volume is equal to L cube, no? In case of cube, volume is equal to L cube, L cube. L value is how much? 1 meter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters. So, 100 centimeters cube is equal to 10 power 6 centimeters cube. 10 power 6 centimeter cube, 10 power 6 cc. 1 cc mass is 0.9 grams. 1 cc mass is 0.96 grams. So 10 power 6 cc is equal to how much? What is the mass? And that is 9 into 10 power 5 grams. 9 into 10 power 5 grams. And what he is asking? Number of hydrogen atoms are present in ice cube. Okay. 18 grams of hydrogen contains, water molecule is H2O. H2O means 18 grams of hydrogen contains the 2 moles of 2 hydrogen atoms. So 18 grams contains 2 into 6 into 10 power 23. So 9 into 10 power 5 contains how much? Grams contains how many hydrogen atom? This into this divided by this. If you do this, 2 into 6 into 10 power 23 into 9 into 10 power 5 by 18 grams. And this is 2 times 2 to cancel. And this is equals to 6 into 10 power 28 hydrogen atom. Right, students, this is how this problem should be done. And density of the ice is given, that is 0.9 gram per cc. So 1 cc mass is 0.9 grams according to the information given here. How many hydrogen atoms are present in an ice cube with the side length of 1 meter? So this is the ice cube, let us say, and here it is L and this is L. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Volume in case of cube, volume is equal to L cube. L value is how much? 1 meter means 100 centimeter. So L cube is equal to 100 cube, that is 10 power 6 cc. Now 1 cc mass is 0.9 grams, then 10 power 6 cc mass is how much? That is 9 into 10 power 5 grams. And this is the second part. Now come here, 18 grams of water contains the 2 into 6 into 10 power 23 hydrogen atoms. One water molecule contains 2 hydrogen atoms. Therefore, 1 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of water, which is equal to 18 grams, will contain the 2 moles of hydrogen atoms. That is 2 into 6 into 10 power 23. 18 grams contains this many, 9 into 10 power 5 grams contains how many? This into this divided by this. If you do this, you will get the 6 into 10 power 28 hydrogen atoms. Very interesting problem, students. Do that. Very interesting, but these are very high level problems. Actually, some problems by mistaken given here, these are little advanced level problems. After you get accustomed to the mole concepts very well, then you can attack these kind of problems. At this stage, it is too early to solve these problems. Anyhow, it's good that we are exposed to these high level problems at initially only. And some of them are percentage composition problems we will do after the explanation of percentage composition. And next problem is "40 grams of a mixture of SO2 and SO3 contain 0.6 moles of sulfur element. What is the molar ratio of the SO2 and SO3? This is also high level problem, takes time, we will do. This is also percentage purity problems, students. What is the percentage of the impurities in the sample? Little advanced level. And this is also percentage purity. Actually, this is based on the principle, and Na2CO3 sodium carbonate, we have a mixture sodium carbonate and 2NaHCO3, CO3. If you start heating this, what happens? Here you don't, doesn't undergo decomposition. The carbonates of the alkali metals will never undergo decomposition, but it undergoes decomposition to form the Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. This is the equation. And NaHCO3 mass is 24, 36, 48, 70, 84 grams. So, 2 into 84 grams I am writing here according to this stoichiometric equation. 2 into 84 grams will give you the 44 grams of carbon dioxide, 44 grams of carbon dioxide. But how much is obtained? 2.2 grams. So, 22 grams is obtained by, 22 grams of carbon dioxide is obtained by 84 grams of sodium carbonate. By 2 that side, by 2 this side. So, this how many grams? 84 grams. Then 2.2 grams of CO2 is produced by 8.4 grams of sodium bicarbonate. And carbon dioxide is released only because of the decomposition of sodium bicarbonate, not because of the sodium carbonate, because sodium carbonate thermally highly stable, it never undergoes decomposition. This is advanced level. So, as it doesn't undergo decomposition, what happens? All the CO2 must have been produced by sodium carbonate only. So, now this is the stoichiometric equation. Stoichiometric equation means a balanced chemical equation. According to this balanced chemical equation, 44 grams of CO2 is given by 2 into 84 grams. Therefore, 22 grams is given by how many grams? 84 grams. So, 2.2 grams of carbon dioxide is given by how many grams? 8.4 grams. So, total how many grams? 19 grams. For 48, 60, 84. Yes, 2.24 grams is given by 84 grams. So, 8.4 grams of sodium bicarbonate means, and that would be 10.6 grams. Na2 mass of Na2CO3 plus mass of NaHCO3 is equal to 19 grams. 19 grams according to the problem given, 19 grams. and this is, we know that how much this is 8.4, and this mass of Na2CO3, Na2CO3 is equal to 19. Therefore, Na2CO3 mass is equal 10.6 grams, 10.6 grams. So, students, 19 grams will contain the 10.6 grams of Na2CO3. Then 100 will contain how much? You do this, you will get the problem. So, percentage, percent means per 100. 19 grams contains this much of sodium carbonate, then 100 grams contains how much? So, 10.6 into 100 by 90 will give you the answer. Okay, and this is how this problem should be. All these problems would be, we will do all these problems, students. Again tomorrow I will explain this problem after the explanation of percentage composition. Right now don't worry about this problem, but this is the method. But we will do certainly this problem after the explanation of percentage composition. Most of them are percentage composition problems. Tomorrow I will explain you the concept of the percentage composition, then we will go for that one, okay. And actually we should have taken the very low level problems to understand the mole concept. By mistaken all the high level problems came. Anyhow, we will do these problems in next class. Tomorrow we will do after the explanation of percentage composition, okay. Till then, have a nice time and have a safe time, students.